Last time on Fusion, Metroid Fusion with Jen, it got really difficult. We went to the central reactor core, we fought Yakuza, the spider, we fought... oh, what is it called? Net something? Nettle? I don't remember that boss's name, but the one that looks like a Chozo statue with all the thorns. Nettori, thank you. Tombs, welcome in. I'm due for a playthrough myself. I'm not recognizing anything from the intro. Oh my gosh. It's good. It gets difficult, but it's so good. I feel like the Fusion story is really interesting. What else did we do last time? We had a really challenging chase away from SAX. And that's pretty much it. We got a couple of extra items. We spent a little time backtracking and exploring. But for the most part, I was oops, sorry. Ready to be done, especially after those boss fights. Okay, hang on. So, we have Space Jump now, which I'm still getting used to, and we have Plasma Beam, which is fantastic. Oh yeah, we were spending time here trying to get some of these items that we missed, and figure out, now that we have power bombs, figure out what other stuff that we can use when we backtrack. I think we'll start off following the computer's directions and continuing with the plot. Let's confirm our mission objective. You've restored plasma beam functionality? Most unexpected. Even so, continue to avoid SAX, it too may be stronger. And you still lack a few abilities crucial to survival. Wait a second. More trouble, hold on. ... Oh, I forgot about that. I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the ARC data room. Samus, go to Sector 5. The damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. And we're in Sector 2 right now because we came in through that jungle, thorny area. If you've read everything so far in the website, the trailers... I haven't read anything. Yeah, exactly. I'm afraid of large spoilers, and some people don't want to look at anything at all. Yeah. This music is really intense. You get the sense that things have really changed from where we left off. Oops, I completely went the wrong way. Bren, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Thank you for gifting a sub to Nandy. I appreciate it. Nandy, welcome back to the human race, courtesy of Bren. Enjoy your Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad-free viewing. I'm glad to have you. Thank you, Bren. Happy Friday. Totally avoiding any media, yeah. Yeah, it gets tough because we get excited talking about Metroid in here and things can slip, so. Trailers are meant to convince you of buying the game, but I already pre-ordered. There's no risk to getting spoiled. Yeah, I guess it's for people that are like, I don't know, I'm not sold if I want to buy it or not, but I feel like most of us are like, yeah, we're gonna buy it. Or we already bought it. Nobe, welcome in. It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by researchers who named it the Nightmare. Apparently, it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. It possesses uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. We must assume that it's become an ex-host. We have no choice. You must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location. Ooh, scary. This thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station. Oh, they really, I mean, sense of dread. In the same boat, avoiding dread info like the plague, yeah. I think all of our resources, except for... No, we're full on everything. It's fine. I don't remember much about bosses in the game. I remember the nightmare. Oh, let's see what happens. Okay, let's remember how to use all of our weapons properly. We've got a whole section that is blocked by a stage 4, a level 4 lock. I kind of want to head over there. That bottom right-hand corner has a big old hallway that we should be able to climb now that we have space jump. Yeah, I think that's where we're headed. Dread starts here. Mm-hmm. I wonder if this is what will give us gravity suit. What else did we talk about us missing? Spazer. Okay, this music is intense. All this glass is broken now. Is this bird thing the nightmare that we've been seeing in here? Oh, heck indeed. This is open now. This is all just blasted apart. We can walk straight in. Background friend would never do that. We don't know what background friend is. Looks a bit dread is gonna be hard. Yeah, I would better safe than sorry. Just in case, Sniper. Let's stay away from it altogether. I appreciate the excitement for the series. Yeah, I know, it's okay. Is this all? That's closed, okay. The ice is melted. Do you want to have a bad time? Because if you name something the nightmare, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay. This is all new. Oops. I'm assuming... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be secrets in here. We have enough power bombs to use at least one to check it out first. But it's a big room. We can't get every block from one power bomb in one place. Okay. This just goes... Are these crumble blocks down here? Should I jump and check? This is blocked. It's hard to tell with some of these doors whether they're intentionally worn and weathered looking or whether they are because that past door, this one we can go through. Anyway, I see what they're doing here. I think we're gonna get not gravity suit but screw attack from this fight. What do you think? This music is so intense. Oh. Oh, it's like a fish pirate. I'm gonna beat up really bad. And we learned last time that we cannot space jump underwater. Seafood pirate. Oh, this is difficult. Semi, welcome in. Happy Friday. Oh, you know what we want to be on the lookout for, too? Is if we get any more of those weird giant emojis in chat. Because I feel like some of our default, like, raid commands and stuff have them. No. Oh, that's so weird. But it doesn't show up here. Not super familiar with the series, but the visuals are cool. You know what? I don't think I've mentioned it, but the different biomes and the fact that there's like a water level, fire level, jungle level reminds me of Mega Man a little bit. Yeah, Alien Lizard. We've been having, like, some people can see it and some people can't, but the emojis are showing up in chat like supersized. On mobile, never seen it. I put a couple screenshots of what it looks like to me in the Discord. It's really bizarre. Yeah. Oh, weird. Spring Ball is really slowed down. Oh. Can we still sprint? Let's find out. Okay. Twitch never change. Please change. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't seem like we can sprint. We move so slow. It's a big heart, yeah. And I think we have the hearts in our raid message, so that's gonna be interesting. This is, we're taking so much damage. This is very distressing. Oh, but we're stuck down here now. Well, maybe not. No, I think we're stuck. Wolf, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth Badger emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're very glad to have you. Happy Friday. Don't forget, you're loved. Looks on desktop with Frankerface Z. Win 10 with Chrome, it looks normal. Strange, very strange. Taw, thanks for the good luck. I don't think the emojis have happened since the first couple at the beginning. Oh, it's still strange. It's still weird for me in OBS. It's not gonna show up in the VOD at all, though, so... Oh, come on. Okay, power bombs in this room? Oh no! Oh, typing and viewing in OBS caused it? Maybe. Maybe I did something that caused it. I've never seen this issue before. The camera pans up right there. Interesting. Oh. Could I have just grabbed that ledge the whole time? Probably. We won't dwell on it. Okay, dry land. We spare no missiles in this playthrough. 5 out of 10, too much water. What's in here? Refill or something? No. There's definitely like a save station drought after the part we did last stream. There's a significant decrease in save stations, it seems. Okay, this is... We can just blow that apart. We don't need missiles. I know these people and they know me and they won't hesitate to time me out. Yeah, I feel like this being a known vulnerability of the stream, please don't abuse it. Thanks, much appreciated. Bears, yeah. Exactly. Oh, an eyeball door. Huh. Huh. And what was up here? Oh, here's our save with like no energy. Why do I always have no energy? Space Jump High, welcome in. Here's another one of these. I'm gonna do this really quick because we're just having a day. No energy save is best save. I don't think so. Finally got to catch Fusion live. I'm glad you're here for this. We can try to maybe go get some energy, I guess, because this is bad. I bet I can do better just on the walk back. Here's like sort of a refill room, right? Oh. Oh, yay. Oh, interesting that those don't... Okay, but there's a gap somewhere over here, right? Those red ones, aha. Refill a bunch of health, but not all of our health. Oops. Thanks everybody for understanding. I know it seemed like maybe extra cautious on the blocked messages, but we had kind of a bit of backseating issue last stream, so I want to make it very clear. It's nothing personal. If your message seems like it's leaning on the side of telling me like a clue or what to do next, it's probably gonna get deleted, but it's all good. Surprised there was save. Oh, okay. You know, you're good, Alien Lizard. Thanks for understanding. Cabbage! Thank you for the tier 3. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the human race for 17 months. Enjoy your Earth badge with the bow tie, your ad previewing, and your emotes. Look at all those emotes! 17 months of human happiness for this simple cabbage. Thank you, Cabbage. I appreciate you. Now we've got a full energy save. Hobo, welcome in. Magus. Alright, but if it gets too jokey, like, I don't know, like, you're making the mod's job harder. Alright, friends, let's go see what's behind this eyeball door. Oh, let's get beat up by these little crabs first. Those hurt more than they should. Thank you for thanking the mods. Good to see you. Love that you're still on the Metroid grind. Yeah. We've come a long way. For once, we got good RNG on the eyeball door. And once again, I forgot that the eyeball doors give you energy. But we needed a couple of those red ones that time. It wasn't a... They don't give you a full refill. Eye door, yeah. New from Apple. Okay, what waits inside? A trap. Magus, thank you for redeeming human kindness. Sending human kindness from me to you, to all of chat, and especially to the mods. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. Happy Friday. It's so good to know you. It's so good to have you as a part of the team. All the good vibes and the relaxation for a happy weekend ahead. Thank you, thank you. I'm happy to not backseat on the red parasite topic. Ooh. Yeah, please don't. Gigi, welcome in. How's it going? Glad you get to catch us live. I don't trust this. Do we like keep falling down? No? Is it gonna be crumble blocks to my left, I'm assuming? Aww. Okay, that's a broken door. This reminds me of the Dragon room. Oh, what are you? Ooh, you remind me of the Axiom Verge boss. Oh, and the music is cool. Oop, okay. I'm not fast enough there. There we go. Oh, the room like gets all weird and wiggly. Is this magnets? What is this? What is happening? What did they call this thing? The nightmare. Ooh. Ooh, it stops our missiles. I don't know how else to get close enough. Oh, it's like crying. There's stuff coming out of its eyes. Ooh, we got a couple in there. I don't think this is the way we're supposed to fight this enemy. Oh, this feels so strange. Oh, I don't know what to attack now. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to figure out this boss. I'll be with you in a moment. Ooh, we're low on health. Interesting. Okay. Again. Endude, Laredo, welcome in. I think I saw Nandy, maybe? Just in time. First time boss. Yeah, that was our first attempt. It's a trap! Music is fairly Axiom Verge too. I like this boss music. This one's interesting. Favorite fusion tune? No, it's okay, and dude, we're just we've had a little bit of trouble with the hints and stuff. So, thank you, bears. Thank you. Did we touch Fuzzy and get dizzy? Yeah. Yeah, usually I'm okay with boss names anyway, but we're good. We're good. Fever Dream like Axiom Verge 2. Mm-hmm. Dark Lord, welcome in. Jack's Lantern, welcome in. Yeah, that was just a follow from today. Thanks so much. Okay. Everybody, let's do this again. Thank the mods, and let's do this again. I just wanted to take a second to welcome everybody in. I feel like we're showing up right at the start of the fight, which is awesome. I'm glad we went straight to Sector 5 today and started doing this, because this is pretty cool. Favorite Fusion tune has to be the AQA theme and Emergency in Sector 3 alarm. I feel like also, yeah, Bears, you're doing wonderful. I feel like there's so much to the Metroid universe as well that it's like, I don't know what that is. And I don't know if it's a spoiler yet, but you're crushing it. And Table, welcome in. It's good to have you here. Alright, so the first phase we can handle, right? When it shoots out of that cannon, jump over the shots, come down here. Sneak a shot in there. Oops. I'm not the best with the aim for that, but there's no time limit, I guess. I think I'm running too far forward. Okay, now it gets fuzzy. Touch fuzzy, get dizzy. We take a lot of damage here, which I probably shouldn't. But I feel like this part, because you can get so close and get so many shots, it was over kind of quick last time. You also have iframes that put you back next to it again sometimes. Okay, it's exploding. Right? And now it's not fuzzy anymore. Is it something on its back? Oh, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh. I can't really get a good shot at its back. Is it like its face? Its mouth? Oh, okay. It is still its face. I just didn't get the right... Okay, alright, we figured out what to do. Nice. What a lovely face. I like this boss, it's interesting. I played a little bit of Cave Story, Jack's Lantern. I'd have to spend another stream on it. It didn't click for me. It wasn't immediately like, heck, I really love this. Like, I'm gonna be invested in this game. Like, it took some getting used to. Whereas I feel like every time we start a new Metroid, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna love this. After all these years, fight still makes me so uncomfortable. Really? Meg! Hello, hello. Welcome in. Cave Story was your first game? It's a cool game. A face only a mother could love. Yeah, I do mod for bears already, actually, Hand Table. We help each other out, you know. Played it a few times but never finished it. Gotcha, gotcha. Does this one never attack us, or we just have really good RNG on this eyeball door? Hang on one second. Rolling the nat 20s, apparently for this door, but this is not the hard part. Next thing you're gonna tell me Meg is a mod for bears. It's just modception. It's mods all the way down. Okay, so first couple of phases we can handle. The last one that we got to, I gotta aim better for its face. I think when its mouth is open. Although I don't know that I've confirmed it. This is attempt number 3. It's like this weird robot doll. The way its face looks, stitched like that is pretty cool. I gotta get the timing of these attacks better. I need to, I think, stay on the ground for longer so that it aims at me on the ground. Okay, well, that was not a good first phase. I feel like it wants you to be in a morph ball up until it lands and then unfurl and fire a missile, but I just keep getting knocked back. This is not a good attempt. We're taking so much damage. Okay. Oh, and it's flying around. Okay, we are very low on health. That's okay. It's okay. We need a better first round. Pants, hi. Sankari, hi. Welcome. Is it crying? I hate this. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a little cursed. The animation is really cool, though. Mr. Blue, hi. There's not much room to dodge, no. Well, I haven't figured out where the room is. I'm sure there's like a spot. I think they just want a hug. They're crying. They just want a hug. It's so big in such a small space. Yeah. Well, especially, okay, the part where it gets slow, I don't know where the the space is. Meg! It is a sub goal, thank you. I can't really hear the bee and puppy cat through this music, but thank you for the 6 months. Enjoy your special 6-month alert, your 6-month Earth badge, your ad-free viewing, your emotes. Thank you, Meg. Appreciate it. And we do have the Zero Suit cosplay, which we're almost there. Heck. Oh, I was saying the part where it starts flying around the room, that part I'm having trouble with. Reading these before we go into the next attempt. Zero, hi. Conflicted about being here, just started watching the playthrough. After seeing Prime and Zero Mission, hard to pass up on actually joining the stream. We're glad to have you. Thank you for watching the YouTube videos. And Nobe, thank you for the 3 months. Enjoy your brand new 3-month badge, your ad previewing your emotes. Welcome back to the human race. Thanks for the hype. Thanks, humans. Let's do this. Zero, right off the bat. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome in. Enjoy your Earth badge, your emotes, your ad previewing. We're very glad to have you. Okay, this is better pacing than last time, because it's shooting missiles at us from the ground instead of the air. What? We did it? That all happened so fast. Thank you! Magus, thank you for gifting a sub to Web. Web, welcome back. Thanks for 100 subs this month. Holy cow. I'm gonna try to get through this fight and then we can do a celebrate. I'm excited for cosplay. For putting up with your shenanigans, Magus. Thank you. We appreciate you and your shenanigans. Oh, did we get it? We got it. Oh, I thought I could climb up a little higher there, but it didn't work. I thought I had iframes and I didn't. I don't think I can be in that corner right there. Stop it! Oh, this isn't it either. Where do we... Like, if we hang on to the ladder, we can shoot down, but then at some point it starts going da 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 all around. I think we have to stay airborne and keep space jumping. So creepy with so few pixels, yeah. Sub hi. Thanks for all the hype. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It's the 10th of the month, so what I think we might end up doing is some kind of stretch goal over on Fan House or Ko-fi, something not Twitch based, if we want to roll out another cosplay incentive or something like that, but I'll have to give it some thought. That's really cool. Thank you, thank you. Boss looks like a nightmare. Sankari, thank you for redeeming Human Hoodie. Let me grab the Dino Hoodie. Flowy vibes from that thing. Oh, Flowey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Meg. The fruity PC chair. Yeah, we were rocking the lemon chair. Hang on one second. Okay, Dino Hoodie time. This is gonna give us our good luck for this fight. Ta-da! I got a real lurk, but congrats, Jen. Thank you, Meg. Okay. Oh, did I do that too fast? Streamlabs can't keep up. There we go. Here's the Dino Hoodie, if you haven't seen it before. One advantage to coming to YouTube is already knowing the general vibe and being prepared to hold back on tips. Yes! I hope it comes across okay on YouTube. I feel like we explain it, it translates all right, and then you know ahead of time before coming in. That's awesome. Thank you. So, what have we learned? I feel like I've gotten the hang of... Oops. the first phase a little bit better. Oh, there, this thing finally attacked us. I wasn't sure if it ever would. I mean, I shouldn't wish for it. Expert non-backseaters. Yeah. Spirit Crystal, hi. Welcome. Thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy Earth Badger emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're very glad to have you. We gotta get this dang E-tank every single time. We could do a save state for this if we wanted to, but I don't know. It's not a very far walk. See, okay. Oop, I got too close. Nope. I kind of want it to, yeah. Oops. Missed. Okay, this part. What is even, you have to like be ready to run in? There must be something else we can use to damage it instead of our missiles, because it stops our missiles with its magnet power? I don't know. The knockback is so intense. For not being able to move at our regular speed, it still like knocks us back at our regular speed, it feels like. Okay, we got it. Whew. Okay, we got a bunch of shots from that one encounter. Oh, here, get back on this. No! No, I don't think I'm lined up correctly. No! No! It was going well until it wasn't! Game over. Don't you hate it when your eyes start leaking and pulsating green goo? Yeah. It's a real bummer. It's the worst. I feel your pain, Nightmare. 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 Good RNG again. As my dad says, a face that would make a train take a dirt road? Oh no. Before my first cup of coffee. Nightmare's rough. Hey Mario, come on, welcome in. Let's go again. Let's try again. That's all we can do. We're getting closer. It's almost a situation of knowing when to just sit back and dodge in that last phase to like do a bunch of jumps, stay out of the way, and when it does that slow pace across the screen, that's when I think we can try to attack. Oops, okay. We're not making any of these shots. There we go. Okay, not a good start. Not a good start to this phase. Oh, that stupid knockback. Okay. No. Okay, we're done with that part. Oh, and then its face falls off. You poor thing. I feel like we didn't get as many hits in that time. But this part, we want to get up high and jump over it because you can't be on the, especially the left-hand side of the screen. Damn it. That just was awful. And I don't think you can hit it from below at all. Dang it. I'm so clumsy with fusion controls. I feel like, oh, this is a good setup. No, damn it. I want the space jump to be so much quicker than it is. I go to double tap A and it's so clumsy. Nightmare, the spider, and the plant are so annoying. The spider was frustrating. Well, okay, you know what's more frustrating than Yakuza is the walk to Yakuza. The fact that that exists is really annoying. But the fight I liked better than Nettori. I really didn't like the end of the Nettori fight. Engineer! I was a dancer, but now I'm human. Thank you so much for the 10 months. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad previewing. We're very glad to have you. Can I just bomb this? Yeah, I don't have to power bomb that every time. Carl, welcome in. The hurt sounds the nightmare makes. It's like a distorted cat meow. Raffle, how's it going? Welcome in. Hello, hello. Alright, let's do this again. He has cat ears? Oh yeah! The nightmare does kind of have cat ears. I kind of like this fight too. I mean, it's a pain. It's gonna take us a while, but I still feel like I like it better than Nettori. Oops. I meant to do a sideways jump there, and then I didn't. Okay. I feel like this part is so... I'm fighting so hard just to walk forward. That magnet thing, whatever it is the distortion is so strong. It's so powerful. And I'm remembering not to walk right into its arm when we get knocked back too far. Okay. The worst part. Okay, not from there. See, and then once we get onto the ground, I feel like we're done for. I don't know. Man. Jen, no, 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 don't get stuck here. It's melty face. It's poor melty face. No, I meant to double jump there. Shoot. Ugh. I blame space jump, not the user. Sorry. No damage runs must be insane, I bet. Yeah, of this game in particular, I feel like more so than a bunch of other Metroidvanias we've played, this game wants you to take damage for certain fights. Oh, thank you. It's terrifying to think this monster was created for military purposes. Yeah. Metroid needs cats, but there's one now. Okay, thank you for the hoodie redemption. It's getting a little warm. The enemies in this game hit very hard, yeah. I feel like, because we've had situations in our other Metroid playthroughs where I was down to a couple health, and we survived with like 2 health or something. This game doesn't really allow for that. We were down to maybe 30, 50, and 1 hit and it's all gone. Space jump, I'm sorry. I can't get used to your controls in this game in particular. I need to practice. It's my fault. It's not the game's fault. You found a no damage video? I want to watch that. I want to know how to fight Notori and not take any damage. The suit feels lighter. Maybe it's not as tanky as the original. Shows how vulnerable we are. Something. I'm also not great when it's a boss fight and you're sort of in panic mode. I'm trying to like spam the A button for space jump. That's never been how it worked, so. I don't mind missing these shots. Oops. Because as long as we like jump down at a good time, it's not that big of a deal. Oh god. I should count how many hits this takes. I feel like it always is more than I expect it to be. Alright, not a good second round. Good start to the fight, though. Except we get trapped down there between its arms, and that part really sucks. No. No, I missed our opportunity. Oh, shit. No. Boo! We survived for longer. I just can't get hits on this enemy when I need to, and then I can't seem to space jump when I need to. We didn't have enough time to pull one off there. Jacob, hi, welcome in. And Acrylic, hi, welcome in as well. Oh my goodness. We're getting better. Oh, sorry, that was a super loud car outside. I'm guessing most of the mic filters got it, but... How am I liking Fusion? I am liking Fusion. It's gotten, oops, significantly harder. The other Metroid's bosses kept you more on a specific part of the screen. It's more dynamic, yeah. For, like, comparing Super to this one especially. Makes you feel underpowered, Boop, boop, boop. I don't know how the Notori fight went on your stream, but I found a way to take no damage and I almost didn't. Nice! That's cool, Alien. Yeah, we took, it's just that last phase. I couldn't figure out how to not take damage when it's in its X-Parasite form. And it opens its eyeball, and that's the only time when it's vulnerable that I could figure out, but there's probably more to it than that. And when it was open, it opens its eyeball, I would have just enough time to get in one hit, and then we would always get hit in return, which was super frustrating. No, come on. Wow! It really does kind of sound like a cat. Okay. Oh, get out of there! We're only gonna get in like 2 hits here. Ah, it's so hard to time those. And then we have to come up here, above its arms, and then get the heck out of there, which I can't figure out how to do without taking damage. You have to do this, like, circular thing until it stops its fast movement. Oh, go, go, go. No! Shit. Ugh. I thought it would be dead by now. Ooh, I think it does less damage when it's, like, melted like that. It has so many, like, the face melts, and then it melts a little more, and then it melts a little more, and you're like, oh, this is the last one, and then it melts a little more. More like the Dragon fight in Meridia, yeah. Ice Cream Monster, yeah. Saying you were gonna try NES Metroid after finish Zero Mission. We did, Acrylic! We did play it for not very long, but we tried it out. Trying to deal reasonable damage with Goopy Face getting in your way. True. But you have, the more, like, you get into that, that means you have a little more time because it's gonna hurt less. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't confirm that, but great on fusion bosses in general. They took me so long to figure out the first time I played. I think I'm doing okay. We are getting closer. We're getting better. I tried Metroid once. Super Ammo, welcome in. It's nice to take a moment between attempts here and hang out with you all. Because this one's real tough. These crabs are giving me more of a hard time than they should. No. "20th time's the charm." Scion Kai, welcome in. Saw that too. Nightmare, no damage. I bet that video is really impressive. Hang on. I thought I was gonna sneeze. We're good. Finished Axiom Verge 2 this week. Nice. I can't wait to play it. Did you like it? Were you happy with how it ended? I feel like I shouldn't ask any questions for fear of knowing too much ahead of time, but I'm so pumped for when we finally tackle it. Okay. Why did I jump up there? Wow! Wow! Axiom Verge 2 is fantastic. Good, I'm glad. Oh, thanks for the sound clip. Those are so quiet. Knock back. Ooh, I got out of there in time. My space jumps are getting better. I don't like this setup. Get me out of there. When it comes down to that corner, you're done for. Ugh. I don't know how I'm supposed to get out of its way in like half of these situations. I can't get enough height fast enough. Leave me alone! Not hitting anything. Those last couple shots didn't make it. I don't know how your pattern of movement works. I don't understand you. We're not gonna make it. There's something to... I feel like my camera is pointed too far up today, even though I didn't move it. I must just be sitting farther away than usual. There's something to dodging when it's in that last phase that I cannot... Like, even when I time my space jumps, sometimes we go up, but it's doing like this like diagonal motion sometimes, and then other times it completely switches it up. I don't know. I'm not able to read where it's going. I want to be able to dodge. Oops. I was daydreaming. Have you played the Myst remake? I played Myst Masterpiece Edition. What is it called? So yes. We played the one with the extra level at the end. It's Myst something Masterpiece Edition. There's more to the title than that, but I can't remember. The art looks like it's from a comic book. The art in... I wish they had more of those stills that they have in Zero Mission. Like when you first see Kraid and it cuts to this like awesome picture of Kraid like they're from a comic book. I want that same cutscene for all the bosses in this game too. This came first, yeah. I played them in the wrong order. This one came first. Axiom 2 Verge is great. Want to go back and get more items? Yep. I would too. If I had played it, I'd be like, okay, time to go back in for more. Oh, that was weird. Okay, we're getting better at that part, I guess. Stop it. You meanie. None of these are gonna land? Alright, fine. Oh, that was weird. My controller needs new batteries. No, there's nothing I can do. I can't even pause it. I have batteries here. They don't give you a warning or anything. Small break. Oh no. The giant emotes are back for me. I know you all can't see them. Slow guy, hello. The betrayal. Cerebri, hi. Real Mist, thank you. Real Mist Masterpiece Edition is what I played. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I couldn't remember. Nightmare took out the power. Stand by. Please stand by. Okay. Alright. Are we back? Hello? The little panel won't close. Scroll back down. The wiki doesn't leave any... give any background on Nightmare. I feel like there would be some. There we go. Okay, we're back. Yeah, these are lemons. I have a cover on my chair, Laredo. Alright, we're back in business. Sorry about that. I wish it made a noise or something. I had to mention something, so I'd assume it'd be on the wiki, but it ain't. Weird. Naruto? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at there. It's going over my head. And Harrison, thank you for using that first command. It explains how we do our first playthroughs here. Oh, it's from FMA. Okay, yeah, I don't know that. I know what it is, but I don't know the references. Nita Jen watches FMA. Maximum, how's it going? First time watching you live, found Super Metroid playthrough on YouTube. Welcome in. Lorian, welcome in. Thanks for coming in from YouTube. I'm glad you liked the Super Metroid playthrough. There was a lot of learning. Oops, I went way too far forward there. There we go. Ooh, that was nice. We got 3 hits in the same time before getting knocked back. Yeah, that was a better second round. And we are set up really well for this. Okay, but we can't. Oops, shit. There's no time to like jump over its head. And you can't, the like cat ear thing blocks you from hitting it from the top, I think. Oh, Lorian, hi! Thanks for the raid! I hope you had a good stream. How are you chatting and streaming at the same time? Thanks for bringing your people over. Welcome, welcome. I'm Jen. I've been working through Fusion. Gosh, how many streams is this now? 4. We've been working our way through Metroid for a while now. Oh, it's so close. I'm gonna try to get this boss. This has been really hard. Oh, yes. No! You can like aim into the void above its face. Okay, I think we did it! Just to be sure. Is there another phase? Probably the X parasite, right? Ooh, but it gave us health. And these usually drop supplies for us. We know how to do these fights. There we go. Woo! We did it! Oh, sorry for the flashing lights. Oh my gosh, we got gravity suit. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Thank you so much for the raid. We beat the nightmare. Welcome in everybody. Morsego, Papa Ronin, Prune, Harrison, thank you for those follows. I think my follow alerts are borked up right now. Star Map, thank you. Welcome. I appreciate it. Nightmare's down. Thanks for all the hype. Nocturno, thank you for the follow. Whew. Jiggly, welcome in. Okay, now what? We go save. There are cat meows and cat ears on this enemy, yeah. There are plans to move X to a different facility once their abilities have been discovered. Alright, I think I'm caught up with chat. Nightmare slain! I bought it when it came back out on Game Boy Advance as a kid. It's a lot of nostalgia for me. Just recently got back in these games and it's been way fun to play other old Metroids. All the other Metroids, yeah. Yeah, Lorian, unfortunately, I know, I'm sorry you're having to deal with that too. It's like an ongoing just nightmare of follow-bots lately. 21st time was the charm. This suit does look neat. I didn't even comment on the Fusion gravity suit, but I like the colors. I'm so nervous still from all this. I like can't think, I can't aim. Love the colors in the suit, yeah. Goodbye vomit suit until we meet again. Mel, welcome in. Hello, hello. Long time watcher, first time chatter. Glad to have you here. Still prefer the first Fusion color scheme, the blue and yellow. A bot for banning known bots. I've seen the Seri bot, yeah. I used the Commander Root tool the other day. Familiar with that one. But I haven't used Seri bot yet. But thanks for the tip. Record time VIP, yeah, first time chatter. Here's a VIP badge. CG, thank you for redeeming human kindness. I feel like I'm still really hyped from that boss victory. Sending human kindness from me to chat, to all of you, and to CG. Thank you for being here. Thanks for celebrating the Nightmare victory with me. All the Metroid hype. and I appreciate you. You are loved, you are worthy, you are valued. Have a great weekend. Liam, welcome in. Seeing that 3D for Prime is Chef's Kiss. Seeing what in 3D for Prime? Oh, the different suits? Bears is a mod now, I cannot do my usual shenanigans. It took me 3 days to ban all those bots with Commander Root. Really? Dang. Thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. Alright, let's go save. And continue. I don't know what's gonna be next. Hey Shadow. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. I'm going to do something really quick. I don't know why. Is this disabled? Yeah, okay, cool. I fixed the problem. Follow alerts are back for now. Can connect Fusion Game Boy Advance to Prime GameCube. Oh, right. We've talked about that, Povo. Yeah, I forgot about that. Have you played Metroid 2? Or are you going to? I have not. I think I'm going to. We don't know if it's gonna happen before or after Dread, depending on how much longer this game takes me. And don't tell me how close we are, because I don't want to know. I'm still going into it completely fresh, I guess. But there's a command, if you do !Metroid, it'll tell you all the stuff I've played so far. And for now, we're kind of wrapping up the list of Metroid games, at least for the time being. Metroid 2 being the only other one that I think maybe we'll be able to fit in before Dread. And we've talked about it extensively. I think I just had to sit down and make the decision, because while you all are very helpful of informing me what the different Metroids are like and all the options that are out there, they're all fantastic games. I just can't stream them all. You know, we have to plan our schedules accordingly. We're not playing them in order, no. Thanks for using that command. 900 more hours of gameplay, nice. I did play the GameCube version of Prime. So I need to go back to that other room where we can jump out of here now, right? Where we can space jump out of here. I've heard the pinball is really, unironically really fun. Yeah, maybe we'll play pinball. Maybe I don't know. It's just so tough. You know that there's so many games, and I don't know. Maybe we want to save more of them for later. I don't want to run out yet. I think the one I'm most bummed about, not bummed, that's not the right word. I really do want to play. Oh, interesting. How does this work? Ball spark? No. Hang on. Oh, right, we can hang from this ledge. Maybe? Samus Returns is the DS one. I'm bummed about not streaming that, but we come up on this issue every stream. I'll let you know when we're playing which games in the future. We'll just leave it at that. Pinball randos, yeah. Samus Returns is not very accessible for me, so I'm watching streamers play it. James, hi, welcome. Thank you for the hydrate. I thought it was a human hello, but it's a hydrate. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Besides Metroid stuff, what do you stream? Good question. I stream puzzle games. We're working through The Witness. I stream exploration games. So, well, I mean, Outer Wilds, is that a puzzle game? Is it an exploration game? What is it? I don't know. We're gonna be doing the Outer Wilds DLC. Oh, weird. Oh, I have to memorize where these are. Okay. Outer Worlds DLC in 18 days! I know, I'm so excited. So, Witness, what else have we played? Baba's You for puzzle games. Myst. Maybe Riven someday. Wait, how does this work? Weird. But yeah, if you are curious other things we've streamed in the past, I have the videos tab in Twitch. If you're on mobile, has it too. You can go through the different collections of things that we've done. We love peaceful games. We love like stuff from Wholesome Direct, photography, walking around, slice of life. We've played Animal Crossing in the past too, things like that. But Metroidvanias have been my favorite on stream, and the puzzle games as well. I've really loved. Yeah, I'm doing good, James. Thanks for asking. Fusion Community had like one room name, but now with Randomizer they need to think of more. Oh, this is the mini fridge? Gotcha. Oh, and Castlevania! We are gonna do Castlevania. We're playing Symphony of the Night, probably after Dread. I feel like there's something here that we haven't figured out yet, or you like fall into this room from above? Weird. Mr. L, hi, welcome. I saw your first one. Please don't spam the same message in chat. I hope you're having a good Friday. Also, maybe cool it on pinging me for every message. Solution for the room, it's cleverly hidden. I'm gonna have to not watch Dread streams. Yeah, for sure, Shadow. I'm gonna wait a little bit until we stream it. We're not gonna stream it on the day of the release, I don't think. Give some people a chance to play it first, and then go ahead and dive in. Like Symphony of the Hollow Knight, and you know, canonically, I do not like many Castlevanias. You'll probably have finished it by then. Yeah! That's kind of the hope, is that anybody that's waiting until release day, we will be able to give them a chance to play it, and then we'll stream it. That's the hope. We'll see how it works. This is so weird. Super Metroid Judge Dredd. Didn't have a Switch when Dread got announced. Was thinking I would never get to play it. Oh, but you have one now? That's awesome. This is the part of Fusion I was not a fan of. I've liked a couple of these rooms. This one... Like, is this a ball spark room? I don't think so. Is this teaching us some new mechanic thing that I don't know yet? I don't know. What happens if you, like, shoot crumble blocks? I don't think anything happens. Less than a month, I know. Weird. Is there a secret? Oh! There is! It's like there has to be a secret hole in the platform somewhere. Heck yes! Psh, got it. Teaching us to have a little patience. This game, I feel like this one more than other games has those invisible squares, and we've seen them before, so we know to look out for them. But what a trip. It's so annoying. I feel like, and if you never find your first invisible block on accident or otherwise, you're never gonna know to be looking for them. There's the payoff. The whole invisible thing is dumb. Can I not get out of here? Hang on, don't answer that. We don't have, screw attack yet. Also, I think if I'm at the bottom of the screen when I do that... Oh, is this like a Shine Spark moment? Glad game design has gotten away from that kind of stuff. The invisible stuff. Ooh. Especially when a streamer touches all the blocks except the one. I wonder if they do it on purpose. No, we don't. It's just streamer brain. How do you like the Game Boy Advance Metroid physics versus Super Metroid physics? I'm definitely more used to it now. I liked Super better at first, but it feels much better than when we started. Okay, I don't think I can go that way. We're just supposed to go up through this version, this hallway. Thank you for the posture check for me and for everybody. Spade, welcome in? I'm not sure what you mean. Does this... no? Love not having to toggle through all the items. Yes, that's a huge... like, aside from the physics adjustment, that's a big improvement, not having to switch through the different types of missiles. I like the way you have to hold down select for stuff. In this one and Super Mission, it feels really easy, really natural in both. It says we can go to the left here? We couldn't do that before, right? We just got this item here. This is blocked. This is a destroyed doorway. Alright, forget you. Let's go save because we got that E-tank. Hold R for rockets is natural. The ice missiles on, or ice beam on missiles took some getting used to as well. This one doesn't have an invisible block over here. And hold L for let me shoot over there, yeah. Doesn't even hurt that enemy. Oh, what was over here? Was this something we couldn't do because we didn't have gravity suit yet? I forgot about this room. Yeah, okay. Yes, Jen, no matter how many times you shoot at it with plasma, it's not gonna die. Okay, I definitely thought that I closed that door in time. It's fine. Oh no, this isn't a Shine Spark group. What am I doing? I just got too excited to practice Shine Spark because I feel like we haven't used it for anything yet. Wasting all of our missiles, all of our health on a nothing room. We spent... Okay, speaking of Shine Spark though, we streamed Zero Mission to the Discord yesterday. I was trying to get one of the... Was it the E-Tank? That E-Tank number 75 in the mothership / Chozodia. We finally got it, but we were Shine Sparking a lot. I think I just have it on, like, default right now. Anything else in here? To be fair, Shine Sparking is awesome. We learned so much. Oh, this does have one, though. How far back can I... Should I start here? Like the missiles having ice, give them more utility, and super often forgot I have missiles outside of boss battles. Yeah. Oh, that's not enough sprinting room. Shoot, so how do I know where they are? Oh, that's gonna be tough. Maybe we have to come at it from the right-hand side? We can get you a Discord link. There you go. Love Shine Spark puzzles. AM2R has good ones. Yeah. We were talking about it a lot when I was going through that one. Like, I don't know how you would know to do that mechanic if... Like, I wish there was a Decora. We were just saying how we wished there was a Decora in that room to teach you what to do so you could follow it. Here, I'm adding you all to the Discord permissions. Thanks for joining. Oh, don't answer my questions though, Lorian, because I'm just thinking out loud. Is it possible to feel nostalgic for something you played 3 months ago? Yeah! Worst Spark puzzles have got to be Metroid redesign. If in doubt, just bomb every tile several times might be useful. Thank you, Sankari. Exactly. Alright, I'm gonna go over here and then try to come back. I feel like this is gonna be a point of no return. Nice. And these are crumble blocks below us now? Yeah. That was worth it. Oh, thanks, Bears. You're good. Thank you for the lurk and, of course, the modding. I appreciate you. Started playing Zero Mission. My chat had to explain sparking. It's, what I messed with it for a while. I made some observations. We tried a few things, and then I watched a video. But this is, like, after I beat the game. And we were at, I think we're at maybe 85% now. We're slowly chipping away at the items that I missed in my playthrough on stream. Ooh, those give you a red thing. I feel like red energy must be similar to red energy in Prime. It's not a full refill, but it's a lot of health. What's your favorite Metroid song so far? Ooh, good question. That Nightmare song was pretty cool. The Yakuza song is pretty cool, even though those bosses are really hard. What's going on down here? Oh, screw attack. Okay, we don't have that yet. Shine Spark's one of the more unique mechanics in Metroid. Gives you good memories. I love how they teach it to you, right? In Super. So cool. Love Decoras. The animals are awesome. Yeah. Hang on. I need to actually sit and think what this room is teaching me to do. Okay, cool. As much as I love Prime, I don't know if it has any puzzles that quite compare to Shine Spark puzzles. Yeah, Prime didn't really have puzzles. It had cool stuff with the spider ball. I liked those rooms, but they didn't feel like puzzles. There were a couple fun things that you had to figure out where to go and what room to go through, but this area is so cool looking too. Oh, and they gave us new music. New scary underwater music. Love Ballspark in general. It's like your living bullet. Ballspark is cool. Mom the human. Hi, welcome in. Happy Friday. Everybody say hi to Mom. There were so many items I never figured out how to get when I played through as a kid. Oh yeah, for sure. Kraid's Lair theme is good. What about you, Random? You were the one who asked the question. What's your favorite Metroid song? Can you ask a question about Fusion? Is it spoilery? I have to be careful about those, Alien. Meridian music's great. Thanks everybody for saying hi to Mom. This one's cool right here. This is a great song. Oh, we've got giant blush emojis in the chat. Mom, I'll have to tell you about this later, but there's something weird going on with my chat today causing me to see those emojis way bigger than everything else in chat. I don't think anyone else can see it, but for me it looks really silly. Okay. Have a soft spot for Metroid 2's main theme. Sanctuary Fortress from Prime 2. Prime had some really good music. Oh, this is all... Oh. These are the parts of this that we couldn't really do before without Gravity Suit. You like the countdown music in Super? Fenris, hi, welcome. Magus! You were waiting for the perfect moment. The worst room in the game. Careful though, that tells me something about this room. Please hold off on like any little tidbits, even if you don't think it's a spoiler. Love how save stations don't interrupt the music. Yeah! Vendrana song is really good. That's the one I'm thinking of too. Planning to get as many items as you could. Oh, that's a really good question. Yeah, Alien. I think... Hang on, we're getting beat up by the worst room in the game. Okay, alright, fair enough. I was already here. I just hadn't realized yet that it was the worst room in the game. You gave it away too soon. Oh, frick. Good thing there's a save here. And good thing you can freeze these? Oh, and it's just a missile room? Well, I shouldn't say just a missile room. Can we power bomb all these? It makes them, like, shake, kind of. Hang on. I gotta focus. I want to get out of here alive. Oh, that can go through the wall. Nice. But yeah, I think we will try to get as much as I can. I like to finish the map. Whatever the map shows me as far as circles and collecting the items that we can see. I'm really happy with that. Or like filling out all the gray squares. I like trying to do that before we finish the game, if we can on stream. Obviously, if there's some that are really, really tough and I can't figure them out, I'll probably do those in the Discord. Depending on how Zero Mission goes and how quickly we 100% that, if we 100% that, I will probably stream this one to the Discord as well. That's what the community calls it. Oh, it's the room name? Yeah. Okay. I've heard rumors of that, but please don't say anything like that I don't know about the game, even if you don't think it's a spoiler. Favorite Metroid song is the new item jingle. The fanfare. Love the fanfare. Jen the Completionist. A little bit. I don't like to suffer a lot in my gaming. If it's gonna make me sad and angry to 100% a game, I won't do it. But, I like, you know, the collectathon experience, the, oh, just one more secret, just one more item. And I do like to puzzle through stuff, as you've seen, and kind of sit there and ponder and try different things, try to science it out, and like, oh, will this work? What about this? Oops, I thought that was gonna drop health for me, but it did not. There's something fishy going on with this room. I was gonna say funky, but then I realized it would have been a missed opportunity. Okay, yep, this is going very well. Is this the kind of glass tube we can break? Why would we? Oh, well, it is. Weird. This is a nightmare, though. God, I can't get away with anything. Everything is like a accidental pun. Good thing we have 1,000,000 missiles. Okay, nice. Green Brinstar? Yeah. Good choice. Can I get out of here, though? Ooh, I almost grabbed the ledge there. There we go. Interesting. Oops. Been watching Fusion Randos. Nice. There are some item locations I've never seen before or never knew how to get to. Yep. That was one of the most fun things for me about learning Hollow Knight Randomizer was, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Dragon's here? No, wait, you're the other one. What are the larvae from Zero Mission? I like don't want to kill these because of what happened last time. They look like kind of like baby dragons. Oh, and this is locked. This is a red door. Ever? They have fun names. Oh, I killed it. But it'll come back as some other enemy. It's fine. Love the main theme for Metroid. I've been watching some Fusion Randos. There's some item locations. Oh, I read that one from Povo, yeah. Meridia throwback with the glass tank. 100% DK64 with a couple bananas. Oh, yeah. DK64, I could never get into. I tried as a kid, but I was never, like, compelled to come back to it as an adult. It just didn't get its hooks in me. Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie are about as collectathon as I go, as far as, like, a wide range of all these different collectibles and items. DK64 takes it to the extreme. Yes, Mr. L, please don't mention anything Dread in the chat because myself and several others are completely ignoring all Dread news. The little Merdzebzian. What? This area is cool. Meridia throwback in here as well? Yeah. Wait. Is something... This is weird, right? Oh. Oh. Alright. I don't know why I have so much mercy for these. Becca, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you? How have you been? How was your stream? Mentioned painful to complete. DK64 was my first thought. Yeah. Can I get a shout out for Becca, please? I might have to grab this for you really quick. And Jeff, thank you for the follow. Dan the Ninja Man as well. I missed that follow earlier. Thank you. Oh, you were playing Other M. Oh my gosh. How is it? How do you like it? I haven't played that one. Jumping Roy, hi. Went well. Good. I'm glad. Thanks for coming in. Everybody go check out Becca. And if you don't know me, you've never been here before, I'm Jen the Human. I am slowly but surely gearing up for Dread, as many of us are. Love Metroidvanias, love puzzle games. We keep it pretty chill and calm over here. Karel, hi. Earthbound Randomizer was funny because every NPC said nonsense and sprites were random. Nice. Finished Fusion earlier. Congrats. Very cool. Thanks, Raiders. Welcome in. The collectathon that finally killed me was the trophies for... Remind me what SSBM is again. Sorry. Can't think of it. So far, so good. Little different gameplay. Alright. For those who are just coming in, I don't know how you run things. Becca, I'm assuming you do like a no spoilers playthrough at your channel as well. This is a first time playthrough. I don't like any hints or information about the game whatsoever. I want to try to figure it out all on my own. So, just a heads up. Super Smash Brothers Melee. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Melee. Yep. I'm doing good. We fought, hang on, don't tell me. The Nightmare. We beat the Nightmare today. And that's pretty much where stream started. We haven't done too much after that aside from exploring this newly opened up part of Sector 2. And now we're seeing little baby Dragons and it's making me nervous. I guess they're just mimics though of, you know, it's not actually Dragon here. Melee's a great tribute to NES Metroid. We go no spoilers without safe word. Cool, gotcha. Mock-ons, yeah. Or you go to backseater jail. There's one trophy you can only get after fighting 5,000 battles? Ooh. That's so much. Just for a trophy. Fusion's a D&D nightmare. It's all mimics. I feel like this area is trying really hard to deplete me of missiles, but we just keep getting more. What's down here? Oh, is this like a point of no return? Well... I don't know, I'm intrigued. We're gonna try to keep going. Oh, you have to go through the middle one? Maybe. Maybe the third one is like a crumble block, though? I'll just go the middle one. I can't make up my mind. Yeah. I love the spring ball noise in the Game Boy Advance games. Oh, there's probably another secret invisible square somewhere. We get stuck down here though. Now I just start bombing everything. Wait for that block to come back. Other M looks cool. I watched a friend play it. Would have been a great game if not for some weird story bits. Okay, we gotta go back to this one. Maybe we can't come through here yet. Maybe. Maybe. Not sure. Weird. But we know we can go over here, so I think we'll come back to that spot. This is a red door. There's always another secret, this is true. Hey? What's going on in there? Ooh, here's a secret. What? Have to do mom stuff. Hope you have a great rest of the stream. Thanks, Becca. Thanks again for the raid. Take care. Happy weekend. Is this your first game? We can come back through here. We're not locked out. Why are they all in little cages like this? Are we freeing the aquatic animals now? What is that even? It's like a little green spider. The crab corner! It's a crab rave. Oh, this door down here is locked though. Weird. I feel like I could accidentally fall into this crab corner. Here, I'm gonna go like this. I don't want to kill those other ones. Oh, they're gonna transform. Oh, they're golden crabs. We've seen those before. They're kind of fun. But I can't... Weird. Sea spooter. So what happens if I do this? Some of this probably has to do with these red doors as well. Oh, curses. This looks like some pipe or something. What is going on here? Are we not supposed to be in this section yet? No, this was the only... Was this the only area that we could find? I see there's a tunnel in the map above us. I don't know how to point to it. There's a tunnel over there. Hey Admiral, welcome in. We bombed every tile. Well, not every tile. I always miss the important ones, it seems. There's some weird... Yeah. Alright. What is this? Where does this go? Anywhere? No? The music is really good. Have a remix of this place? Cool. Hey Slim, how's it going? Welcome in. Happy Fusion Friday. Made some progress. We did. We made a lot of progress the past couple of streams through some of the hard bosses. Quick reminder to Jen, chat, and myself, yellow curry is not an inhalant. Thank you, Magus. Thank you for the reminder. Please be careful. Curry sounds really good, though. Not to inhale. Oh. We didn't even go to a nav station. We just found this. Yay, red hatches. No message from the computer. We just got red doors. Enjoyed the game. Might replay it again soon. Yeah. Cool design choices and storytelling is awesome because they went linear. Did this have a red door? It did, right? No, it had a weird gray door that I probably need to talk to a computer for. Did Adam authorize this? I don't know. We haven't talked to Adam in a while. I keep having to look at the map. Okay, but I think we can just exit out of here and go save. Continuation of the earlier place with the speed booster boss? Yeah, it's the parts that we couldn't get to because we didn't have gravity suit before, and now we do. Want to replay them all again, might get it done before Dread. So, I bet you could. Well, I don't know about all of them. And it also depends on what you, like, what kind of schedule you keep. I want to... The other thing about playing Metroid 2 before Dread for us, I think we're gonna stream Metroid on Mondays and Fridays. I think we're gonna cut back on one of the Metroid days per week before Dread. I still think we're gonna have time for Metroid 2 though. I don't know. Like I said, it's constantly a work in progress when figuring out stream schedule, because you just never know what's going to come up. You never know how you're going to feel on any given day. I try to lay things out as far in advance as I can, but played them all so I know all the things, yeah. I feel like the water areas really tries to maximize on the use of gravity suit. I think it's cool, and I'm sure we've seen this in other games, but especially in this game, you don't realize you cannot space jump without... No, you can't space jump in water without the gravity suit. You can't do speed booster in water without the gravity suit. Oh, this room. Yeah, I don't think we can do that yet. Sagan, thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. I still don't know. The follow alerts are still having some issues. Trav, hi. Welcome in. And Brian, good afternoon. Metroid 2, do you mean AM2R or the original? The original. But like I said, I don't want to go into too much discussion about like which ones I should or shouldn't play on stream, because we'll just have to figure it out as we go. I know what the options are. I know they're all wonderful. It's hard to please everybody also. Like, some games are not gonna get played on stream, unfortunately. I am hyped for Dread. Super hyped for Dread. And we got Gravity Suit Trav. We fought Nightmare. We were victorious. How are we supposed to break this barrier down? Is there something below us? Play all 3 Metroid 2s. I feel like that's another interesting thing, that if I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play every one, there's duplicates. Just wondering which one would take longer. Gotcha. I know this isn't helping anything. Was there... I don't remember what was over here after this item. Oh, I'm not going back in this room. No way. Oh, there's a red door down here. Okay. Alright. I got fixated on that other red door. That's the correct response to that room. Yep. Not going back in there. Leaving it behind. Also, these mer pirates can go away anytime they would like to go away. This room. Right. With the Dragon babies. Be careful with AM2R. Yep, I know. We've talked about it. Yep. Really strict on copyright. Metroid 2 is so good that there's a Metroid 2 and a Metroid 2 3. Seeing how Dread's falling up on things Samus Return setups. I know, Sonic. Welcome in. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just gonna keep saying we'll see. It's not that I don't want to play Samus Returns. I really want to play Samus Returns. I just don't know if we're gonna be able to stream it in time for Dread. Love how they've been equipped for undersea exploration. Yeah. Times in the game where areas look like they're secret passages, but they really aren't. It's confusing. I'm suspicious of every passageway. Oh, that just gave us their energy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, these are annoying. What are... Oh, I remember you. Wait, hang on. At least those things always shoot at you at a diagonal. Oh, this is a save room, but we have, like, not a whole bunch of energy. It's okay. October 8th seems so far away! It'll come faster than you think. It'll be here soon. Recurring mystery of the stream. Will Samus return? And I've told you all what my top ones are that I want to play, at least, whether we stream them or not. It's like Samus Returns, AM2R, Those are the big two that I'm... Oh, interesting. Definitely excited for it. Definitely want to play. Just don't know if we'll end up streaming them. What about you? This is an interesting area, right? Can we freeze these little guys before they inflate? You can. Nice. Okay. Cool. Excuse me. Oh no. Hang on. We're gonna die now. Just let me through here real quick. Thanks. Whew. Oh, I hear electricity in this room. We missed that other hallway. I'm not sure. There's something about that, like, tall purple platform that, is blocking that path, I think. Josh, welcome in. Need to play this and Other M. Can be explained in a sentence or two. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I knew this one was, like, the main one for the most part that comes before Dread, but that's simplifying it too much. I know. There's so much to say about the series. I can't possibly cover it all. Who's Samus? A cool bounty hunter. Wingdings high. Hopefully you'll get to play it at some point. 4 comes before 5. Brother, hated Other M. That one's a doozy. Other M is very divisive. Incredibly divisive. And I couldn't possibly... How to phrase it? I wouldn't want to invalidate anyone's feelings about Other M. If you love it, that's awesome. If you hate it, that's awesome. I get why there's reasons people don't like it, but it's a Metroid game. There's also good reasons to love it. I wish, can we like blow up ice columns? Oh. No, but power bombs work against those enemies. I don't think I realized that. Maybe only when they're open and actively shooting at us. You bought Other M on release day, yeah. Samus is Metroid's cool girlfriend. Can we... Where's our last save? It's not far away. Did we do this? We're running out of power bombs now. Only seen Other M's intro cutscene. Gotcha. Oh, I want that energy. Oh, right. We need to break this. Okay, we can do that. Admittedly, using a Wii remote for a 3D game is weird, but that's the only issue. People didn't seem to like the story, thought it was awesome. Yeah, it's very divisive. I know there's mixed opinions. Jim, hi, welcome. Hunt, hi, welcome. Thanks for the hello. You know what? Let's see if we can get this door. We haven't taken our stream break yet either. We're gonna need to do that at some point. Can I get rid of these 2 enemies again? I can maybe stun them for a second. I need to back up more. That wasn't enough sprinting room. We went so slow. But this... I don't know that this is gonna work. Can I powerbomb you after I freeze you? Yeah. But this is as far back as I can go. Okay. That's just enough. Weird. Other M has good story. I'm only a little picky about details, like to reimagine it. Recently picked up Hollow Knight after playing all the Metroids. Really had to get used to the trying to dodge hits. Yes! It's a very different play style. It's like, where do I stand to dodge, or how do I dodge? And when is it safe to attack? I love Hollow Knight. So different. This room seems suspicious, but I'm so low on power bombs. Ah. Gimme health. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Ah, sigh. Okay, that's fine, right? They're just little stepping stones. It's fine. I thought we were gonna have to, space jump the whole way. Oops. We need that ledge, I'm guessing? I think there's something to do with that ledge. I mean, that's like where the data room is. What's over here, though? That no, no, no needs to be a sound clip. We can make it so. Gosh, we're so low on health. Oh, but we're really close to the refill room. Oh, I'm so tempted to go refill and save before we come back through here. Hollow Knight's been super fun, similar in the best ways, but refreshingly different as well. Only good thing about Other M is that Nintendo ignores it. See, but I don't want to start any fights. I get why some people love it. I get why some people hate it. Every opinion is valid. We're not here to judge anybody's Metroid opinions. Oh, thanks for all that health. Do we think this room had an item at one point? Did we already get it? I don't know. I don't think we've been in this room before. I don't think we possibly could have been in this room. But the ones with the spiky enemies are always super suspicious. It's the Other M we don't talk about. Yep. A lot of people just say don't talk about it. Alright, I don't know what to do in there yet. I might not be able to get back though. But we can do this. Do we want to do this? What is this? Are we getting screw attack? Are we getting... Don't tell me. Spazer? Are we getting... We haven't talked to the computer in so long. Diffusion. Charge with R? Exciting! I love it. This is like, this reminds me of some of the Prime beam combos. Just some data. Kinda wish Smash Bros. Put Samus back in her Super Metroid suit, like how they use different versions. Wait, is Samus only in her Zero suit in Smash? Now? What? Chuck, hi. Happy Friday. Metroid Diffusion. Oh, I get it. Fusion, now the Diffusion. Alright, I get it. It took me a second. I really don't want to leave these other rooms behind, but I really want to go to the refill and the computer and the save rooms. We have 3 energy tanks. But we only have 2 power bombs. Alright, it's fine. We're gonna leave it for now. I know. I don't even know how we get back through here yet, actually. Is it because, do we use diffusion to freeze them down like this? Oh, that's really cool. So we can get back through here. Takes me a second. Don't worry, I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together. Finally a refill. If this isn't charged, if there's something wrong with the ship, the space lab again, and I can't refill here, I'm gonna be so mad. Please work. Thank you. Which has the other M look in Smash? I don't know what the other M look is yet. I hope Dread has diffusion, that would be cool. We've not seen anything quite like this. We're gonna talk to the computer and then we're gonna take our stream break because it's been 2.5 hours and I need a snack. Do you know what the Smash look is? That's the other M. Well, okay, but hang on, hold that thought. You've upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from headquarters. A procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I did not approve of bypassing security level 4. So okay, so we were supposed to do all that without talking to the computer first. From now on, you will use more discretion, or we're getting, reprimanded. Scolded. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? Yeah. I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they've claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6. We have to go into the dark again. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. Okay, we know what to do. Thank you. To Sector 6, quickly. No, we're gonna take a break first. Yeah, chat seems fine for me, Carl. I'm not sure what's happening on your end. So, Tot. The only Smash look I know for Samus is the Varia suit. Or I guess it's not her Varia suit, it's just her base reddish, orangish one before you get, what is it called? The power suit? Before you get Varia suit. From Super Smash Brothers. It's normal now? Okay, good, I'm glad. Other M suit isn't bad, just maybe a bit basic. Adamant, please. Reddish, orangish. Well, Varia suits, yeah. It's called the power suit before Varia, right? Before you get any upgrades. Normal is yellow. Okay, yeah, it's more yellow. You're right, you're right. It's been a while since I've seen it. Just talking about the model. Okay. The big shoulders, yeah. The defining shoulder pads. Alright, friends. Thank you so much for being here. This was a really, really good first half of stream. I'm excited to see what happens next. We've got to go fight the security bot again, I think. We'll see what Sector 6 has in store. I think we might try to do those last couple of bits of the map in this sector before we head over there. But that'll all be after break. So take care. We'll be a couple minutes. I'm going to stretch and get a snack, and then I'll return. Thanks. Welcome back, humans. Hello. I hope you had a good break. Let me get caught up here. Hi. Chat, you're neato. I know this music is so creepy for break, but I don't know. It works. We're talking about the Zero suit some more. Power suit was without shoulder pads. Ultimate takes other M0 suit. Samus upgrades. Well, so the look is still vaguely Varia-ish, but they give her all these powers that she shouldn't have in the Zero suit, is what we talked about. I mean, I think we talked about it at some point when we were playing Zero Mission. Revolution also. Welcome in. Yeah. Thanks for the welcome back. You like the music? Austin DM, hi. Thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you. The reason you play Zero Suit Samus during adventure mode is because her suit is missing. Oh. Okay, so they give it like story. I'm not familiar with the story stuff in the Smash series. They didn't really have a story in the story mode of the original. It was just fight all these enemies in succession. Good job. Okay, so we left off with Diffusion. We're disobeying Adam. I don't know about disobeying. Disregarding slightly. So that we can get more stuff. So that we can go do puzzles. We love puzzles. Heck, Adam. Yeah, we gotta explore. Smash 64 lore. Fight this hand. Yeah. With the most epic announcer voice. But still. What happens if I freeze all of these? Oh, it doesn't reach far enough to get them all. Oh, they're gonna drop to the floor. Where did that one go? It just exited out of the room. You can't do that. I guess they can walk through the doorway once you've opened it. That's kind of cool. Oh, I didn't. It's actually not what I wanted to do. Oh well. I feel like there's gotta be something going on with this room. At the end of Smash Classic, they really had to hand it to you. I fell for it. Thanks for using the Metroid command, say again. Oh, also, I'm Purple Lunchbox. Thank you for the follow. I know I'm super late, but the follow alerts are really messed up today. I tried to fix it during the break. Still couldn't figure out what was wrong. It's probably something simple that I turned off on Wednesday that I just forgot what it was. Wait, so it breaks the blocks? That's cool, right? Might be Twitch was watching another stream that didn't have alerts earlier. Oh, interesting. But we had our raid alert. That worked just fine. And our sub alerts. I think it's something specifically to do with follows. I don't know. Maybe it is Twitch. Maybe they're fixing something. Maybe they're working on some stuff. Wait, I wanted to go into this wall. We're experimenting with the diffusion thing. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, hang on. I think we don't get to it through that room. Also, this ability is so useful for this area. Imagine Metroid giving you something that they want you to use in the area that they gave it to you in. What a concept. We can do these puzzles much more easily now because we have this, right? Oh, except this is speed booster blocks up here. Can we not go back this way? Oh, nice. Do we have to go some super long way around to get to that one square? Oh, goodness. There's so much still to do in this area. I don't want to leave it behind, but I think we are gonna have to come back and do another cycle through another time. Why did they put this ledge here? That's really weird, right? There's something strange going on in that room. And in this room. Something strange and terribly unsatisfying. Oh, right. Oh, but you have to aim it in just the right place for it to work. There's an item somewhere down here? No, that's just the data room. There's another room similar to this one where there's like an item blocked by one of those little dudes. Okay, but now we can get back here. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Good, we're learning. Another question, how much do you care about specific hidden content like Easter eggs or unused dialogue? I don't want to know about them until after the game, usually. Because it's still... Oh no, we don't know how to do this room, do we? It's not spoilers, and it's not stuff that I'm probably gonna stumble upon on my own, but I'd just rather leave it until after we get through the game and I'm satisfied and I'm like, okay, tell me the cool things I missed. It's tricky sometimes to say yes to things if you don't know what you're saying yes to. Yeah, for sure. That's a really great point. So now what do we want to do? Can we try for this other item? Oops, hang on. Oh, I was too impatient. I love Easter eggs. No, you're good, Alien. That's a fair question to ask. I think you asked it in a good way. And I really like Easter eggs. I just usually want to wait until after we're done with the streaming the game. Oh, we don't even want to come up here? Gosh darn it. Huh. The deceased soldier is Arthur J. Metroid, a former speedrunner. He died damage boosting off the ceiling spikes. Rip. Oh, now we're down here. Okay. This is good. This is where we want to be. I don't actually have to... Oh, this is Charge Beam. That's the backstory the speedrunning community has given him. Nice. I like it. Why am I so bad at this? Because they want to puff up at the last second. Do we think this can break down here? I don't think so. Does this help us? No. I can't continue until it thaws. See, and that's what we're talking about, Sonic. I don't want to know that. I don't want any help or tips or info. I'm thinking out loud. I'm pondering through my options. That's all that's going on. I feel like we just had somebody ask something in a way that they were like really trying hard not to spoil and being respectful, and then you just came in and completely like we're backseating and spoiling. Yeah, it's all rhetorical questions. It's part of the first command too, which we've used a couple times in stream already today. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, this room. So we really do have to go the long way. This is so interesting. This connects to... Is this where we came in through Sector 2? Or not 2? No, I'm not sure. Alright, well this was a waste of time, but I don't know, we learned things, I guess. And I don't think I want to do that whole loop of rooms in the lower left-hand corner. I think I'm going to leave that alone for now. The mystery song goes on forever. So much mystery. Those things hurt. Is there a quicker way through this room now? Maybe? It's because we triggered an event. Mm-hmm. No! You should be frozen! I used the diffuser! Oh, this is a little tedious. It's okay. I did this to myself by coming over here. Oh, iframes. Get me through. You like the diffusion missiles? They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Not bad. We're really low on health. No! Okay, but we're just gonna death warp. Like one room away. It's fine. We saved at a good spot, right? Good thing there's no enemies in there. Goodness gracious. Krista, hi, welcome in. Could you be fused because you use diffuser? I say diffuser and it makes me think of like essential oils or something. Okay, let's move on. I've had my fill of this area. I know there's still stuff I think we can get to, but we're going to head over to the next sector. How far are you? We are... Let's see. We got... Well, missile diffusion, I think, is the most accurate way of describing our progress. Not imagining a Metroid diffuser at Bath and Body Works. Oh my gosh. I bet there's a meme out there. There's like a picture of somebody that's made one. I hope. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, there's all these rooms open in the main deck now, though. Should we sneak up there really quick? While the elevators and doors are all working? Will you all be terribly mad if I take a bit of a detour? I like the game. We talked a lot about how hard it gets when you fight Yakuza, and there's a chase with SAX, and then Nettori was really hard. So that part was difficult and intense. But the game's cool. I just was worried when things got a lot harder all at once. Adam did not authorize this detour. Well, we're taking it. Let's see if it lets us. Because the last time we came through here, we had just gotten power bombs, but this lock was not functional. Adam's gonna get angry. Of course you would. Oh, this is interesting though. What? I think that was worth the detour. What did Adam say? Only heard a bunch of ones and zeros. Adam said, hurry, go quickly. And we went, nah. And that was the end of that conversation. Because you know, the next time we see Adam, they're not gonna be able to do anything about the detour we took. The dialogue isn't gonna change. Using power bombs to get more power bombs, yeah. That room blew 12-year-old Chuck's mind. It's a good room. It's a fun room. I liked it. Oh, I forgot about these enemies. We haven't seen these in a long time. Oops, I meant to do this. I don't care about this story. Give me more missiles! Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, we can do this now? What? Was this blocked before? Oh, we had to go the long way around by fighting the boss, I guess. This is interesting. I don't know, I guess we'll just take the elevator. How do the people on BSL think of these? What compelled them to make this function in this way? Why are they so sneaky about hiding all their stuff? Fear of space pirate infiltration? Okay, this was locked to us before. First because of high jump and... no, maybe because of... space jump? I don't know. We're here now. This seems important. Let's blow it up. I don't think we can do anything in here yet. This is cool looking. This is an important room because the design's really awesome. Don't anybody dare say what it is. We don't know yet. I have a feeling we're gonna have to come back there at some point. Oh, I remember this. I remember this passageway. Okay. Fun. What if the glass shattered and you just floated into space? I don't know what I was expecting. Well, there was another glass room, oh, in Zero Mission, when you're doing, like, the final sequence of the chase up to Mecha Ridley. There's, like, all those cool glass windows along the side. And, I think we tried to powerbomb them. I was like, I don't think this is gonna do anything, but I want to know. We're taking the scenic approach to emergency responses, yeah. That was a good detour. We'll go back. Sector 6. And a newly modified security bot. Should be interesting. Should be entertaining. It is kind of a long walk back, but I stand by our decisions. Oh, I always go in here. Say hi to the crumbled Ridley? Yeah, it's still very much crumbled. I'm distracted. Playthrough answered some of my questions, still learning new things about the game. Nice. I love that. I think I really like Fusion. I think the only thing I'm having trouble balancing is when to go back and when to just, you know, press onward, keep going, do what the computer tells you. Because there are so many times where I'm like, oh, I really want to go see what that is. But because what we know about Fusion being so linear, I'm like, oh, is it worth it? Should I just wait until later? I don't think I need to do that right now. But it's tough suppressing that urge to like, no, let's just go check it out really quick and see what it is. Clearly, because I just did it and I don't know. It was a fun experiment. Alright. Sector 6. We haven't been here in a little while. Beagle, hi, welcome in.
Yes! Yes!
Oh,
Yes! Yes!
follow alerts are back. Yay! Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me, be careful. But we have another problem. Once you're done, leave knock immediately. The SAX is tracking you. Okay, that's scary. Don't stay longer than you must. Understood? See, now I feel like, okay, they make it very clear I won't stick around and look for more items. It's fine. My pronouns are she, her. Thanks for asking. We have a pronouns command too for anybody that wants to add theirs to their username. Or not to their username, to the way you show up in chat. What I've learned from playing Fusion is if it lets you enter the room, it should be fine. True. They block you so that if you... What were we talking about? If you try to, if you try to sequence break, the game breaks. Didn't know people could add pronouns to names in chat. It's a, what is it called? An extension? Oh, okay. Thanks, Jiggly. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. Haven't seen that before. We haven't gotten to see these little rainbow worms in a while. And it wants us to go, I guess, just to the boss room is where it is now, right? They don't have them on mobile yet. Hopefully they'll make it an option. I wish it was just integrated with Twitch. I wish we didn't have to use an extension to do it. Oh yeah, it shows yours. I can see yours. Just fine, which is cool. Thanks for sharing them. My speedrun of this game, if I were to create one, would be kill as few of the cute enemies as possible. I don't know what we would call it. Or we would just go, what, pacifist? And try to kill as few enemies as possible, whether we think they're cute or not. Yeah, pacifist %. I feel like there's maybe... Oh, we don't have it yet. Only bosses. Is that a run already? Probably. There's always a run for everything. I, for one thing, Nightmare was cute. Nightmare is, like, weirdly cute and pretty sad. Because it's drooping and melting and right before your eyes. Oh, I remember this. Wait. That must have been a different sector. I feel like there's so many rooms that look exactly like this one. The other one in a different sector has like a power bomb in that singular square. Cute is the word I would use, but sure. If I could create a speedrun, it'd be Adam %. You talk to Adam and then you leave. Bye. They're just so colorful. Wait, where are we going? Why do I keep thinking that we're going the right way? I feel like Zero Mission has this same problem where the way they draw one-way doors is really confusing. Because that makes it look like you can only come down here from the bottom, but this is the only way to get to where we're trying to go, I think. Oh, I remember this room. Oops. Huh. I need to not forget that I have the diffusion thing too. It's new and fun. We need to try it out on different stuff. There's something up here? No? Looks like they fixed in Dread with a more detailed map system. Nice. Remember when SAX was here? Yeah, the one room with like the super long chain of bombs that I got caught. I remember it well. These ones make a cool noise. Oh, I remember this has a bunch of hidden X-parasites in here, yeah. Okay, I'm not sure that this is where we're supposed to go. I probably need to listen to the instructions again. I'm assuming this is where we need to go. It's funny, I've never done that. I think a lot of people were surprised. I don't think they had seen that before. We all did our first time. Sorry, Rainbow Worm. I'm figuring out where I'm supposed to find this thing. Drusif, hi, welcome. And Kofsky, hello, hello. In case of doubt, powerbomb every tile. Works every time. Works like a charm. Dun dun dun. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Did we have power bombs when we came through here before? I don't think we did. I just feel bad killing the cute little worms. This looks suspicious. No? Looking forward to going back and seeing the long chase. Yeah. There's a couple, so there's a couple of interesting chases, and I feel like I never do them the way that the game intends for me to do them. But we make it somehow. Looking forward. Oh, I read that. Background caves in the boss room look like eyes. The boss room's cool looking. What's over here again? Oh, there were a lot of these in here. I think maybe there's an item. Sonic, thanks for the hello, welcome. And thank you for thanking the mods. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. And that's a red door, so we know this is where we couldn't go this way before anyways. Spiky pancakes. Oh. Interesting. Okay, but this is like a long, sprinty room over here, right? Oh. I don't think we can do this because we don't have screw attack yet. And this isn't going to be enough space right here to sprint. But you're going to have to sprint and charge and jump and then spark to the left. Oh, and make sure we shoot the doors open in the meantime? That'll be a fun one to come back to. Shows you how powerful Samus is from the perspective of the one being hunted. Yeah. Evil pancakes, yeah. Huh. Did you end up getting 100% on Zero Mission? We're working on it. We got a few more items yesterday for the Discord stream. I'm still chipping away at it. It's a lot slower progress because I'm pretty much only going to be playing it once a week, but I haven't given up yet. We got one of the really hard Shine Spark puzzles. Okay. This seems very ominous. Very boss room fight-esque. Point of no return. An ability we don't have yet above us. I'm like afraid to go to the right too. I don't know, let's go over there. I changed my mind, I'm not afraid. Weird. Oh. Diffuser? No. That screw attack up there? Yeah. Okay. A lot of stuff we have to come back for. Did we powerbomb this room yet? Oh. But why? Is this gonna be... Are we scoping out our escape? Our chase? Are we gonna have to use that? Scary. Very scary. That looks like... In case we don't feel like swimming today. That's it. That's the only reason why, right? Hey Sammy, welcome in. The game's been good today. I feel like we got a lot done. Oh, thank you for the posture check. I can't get my setup right for this game. I feel like I used to sit so much closer. And now I'm so far away. Posture check for all. When you slouch so hard your butt falls asleep. I don't know if I'm slouching that much. I do have to like lean forward to see the game. Alright, this feels good. We're good. Totally not speaking from experience. If that were a ledge, I feel like we would grab it. How did Nightmare treat you? It was tough. It took us probably 10 to 15 tries? I don't think it took us 20, but maybe. It could have. We were there for a while. We figured it out quick enough, but it's a tough fight. I was dying in the last phase a lot. And like making it through a lot of the last phase, but still not pulling through to the very end. Oh yes. Good, good, good. I was hoping we would find one. I wasn't sure how cruel they were gonna be with the save room. Oh, that was weird. Do you use missiles or your charge beam? I used missiles on Nightmare. Pretty much only missiles. I think I charge beamed once. Maybe. And abandoned it. That's a security camera. Can I disperse it? Or whatever, diffuse it? Okay, not if I... It doesn't do anything. I don't like that. Caution, keep out. You can't see me if I'm in a tiny ball. Ooh, there's like extra drum beats to the music now? Adam is watching. Scary. I don't know. I guess we're just gonna go under it and see what happens. Because our little flashlight is gonna go over it and it's gonna know we're there, right? Oh, maybe not? But this is locked.
No entry without authorization.
Ooh, that scared me.
Warning,
Okay, it doesn't
no
actually
entry without authorization.
hurt us.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Haha, take this.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
It's green. Green like a super missile.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Entry without authorization.
Does this go? How long does this voice keep talking?
Warning, no entry without
No, it never stops. No entry without authorization. I'm glad we have a save beforehand.
Warning, no entry without
We can die on purpose so that we stop this alert.
without authorization.
Oh no.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Can I get some warning no entry without authorization in chat, please?
Without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
I wonder, something needed to enter there?
Warning,
Perhaps authorization.
authorization.
What if I just keep shooting?
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Heck.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Can't say it's not warning you. This is true.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
Oh,
no
you all.
entry without authorization.
Alright.
Warning,
We'll come up with something.
authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without
I wish I hadn't let it spot me. Warning, no sentry without authorized nation. Perfect.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
What was that noise?
Warning, no entry without authorization.
That was weird. Did you try to say
No
please?
entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
No, we shine spark around it.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
The plot says no.
No entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry.
Man, I don't want this. Be quiet.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
No, don't mention whatever hint you're about to mention, Drusif. No. I can't even look, because if you're joking, you've prefaced it with hint. I don't want any hints. We make that very clear. We're 3.5 hours into stream of me continually telling people no hints. I don't know if it's a joke. I'm sorry. I see that and I'm immediately like, oh no, what is it? Okay, so they just want you to leave and give up and come into this room. Okay, well, I'm glad that we abandoned what we were doing. And now we're in a boss fight. Samus, you want to grab that? Thanks. I wouldn't break your rule. I know, but it makes me so nervous. I'm sorry. It's hard, especially with like the past couple of streams with Fusion. We've had a lot of like well-intentioned, you know, hey, do this, or answering my questions and stuff. Most of it is definitely not malicious, like, oh, I'm gonna spoil Jen real good. It gets tiring after a while, you know. We do our best to explain it. Got your authorization right here. Hi, Brainiac. So yeah, security bot. We breached security. Now we have to fight the bot. And I don't really know what I'm doing here, but essentially just face planting into it a bunch of times. That's fine. We'll get it next time. You shouldn't have come without authorization. Fair. I hate this battle. Can we go back to Crab Corner? I like Crab Corner. Oh, goodness. Alright. At least the voice will be gone. Ba, 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 ba. Dun 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 dun. Warning. No access without authorization. Oh, it didn't do it.
Warning. No
There we go.
entry without authorization.
Oh, this is the save room. I do not want to save.
Warning. No entry without authorization. Warning. No entry without
I tried to use my missile there. There we go.
No entry without
Let me give you a warning real quick.
Warning. No entry without authorization. Warning. No entry without authorization.
Okay. Nope, it's not. What's like the easiest, best way for me to grab this dang ceiling? First off, I need to figure that out. Half the time I can't even get up there. Can I do diffuser while hanging? I can. But I need it to hit something. Like a wall. While it's near us. Are you close enough yet? I don't think so. I just want to test my theory. Come over here. Stop hopping around. Okay, I don't think it did anything. What's over here? Just a door that I can't go through. We can destroy those missiles with other missiles. And I think the only way to harm it is the same way we harmed it before. Oh, there's so many missiles! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! If I sing at it, it helps. We've learned this from other bosses. We're dead. Boss is like, I saw what you did, now it will not shut up. That one is, not terribly fun yet. We'll get there. We'll have to science some things out. We'll have to try a few things before we learn what to do.
Warning. No entry without authorization. Warning.
Security bot's the most boring boss for you.
Warning. No entry without authorization.
I will have better reviews of the security bot
Without authorization.
boss once we figure out more of its secrets. Because right now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Warning. No entry without authorization. Warning. No entry without authorization.
I feel like that corner is still suspicious. The music is so hype. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, get ready for the theme song. The theme song of our dreams. Charge beam it up. Oh, we hit it one time. And then we fell in the water. Getting tired but want to stay for the rest of the stream. Totally up to you. There will be a VOD. There will be a video on YouTube. But if you want to stay, that's awesome too. Song is the most infamous song in randomizer runs, really? Ooh, it stood like right under us that time. Jump. I don't think any of those do anything. Unless I'm like right above it. Nope, damn it. This thing is annoying as heck. Maybe we're getting somewhere? But when it jumps up in the air like that... No, it was right under us and we didn't hit it a single time. No hopping, no hopping. Does it not hop right after it fires missiles? I think right after it fires missiles, you get like a little window of opportunity. Nope, that doesn't work every time. I like the animation for when it's damaged. The way the glass cracks like that looks really cool. Oh. I struggle to get like right where we're supposed to go to hit it. It's gonna hop. Oh god. Oh my god. You have to fight this thing from... Oh, whatever. At least we got to that phase. So... I didn't even know what to do when we got there. I wasn't even thinking of the next logical step, which is always that there's a giant X core at the end of every boss fight. And that's the same kind of core that was inside of Natori, the one that you have to wait for it to open its eye. Progress! That was good progress. I feel like I picked up a much better understanding, pace, whatever. When in doubt, Core X. When in certainty, Core X, yeah. Each loop you go stronger, yeah. It's true. Glad you figured it out, me too. Oh, I didn't go to the left first. I forgot, though, that we have to go to the left first and get the warning. The warning! No access without authorization. I got too excited about our next attempt. But I really don't want to save after the warning. It probably won't let us save while there's a warning going on. I don't know. Does it let us? Yeah, but I don't want to. Consistent every time I get better. That's the dream. That's all I can hope for, is that I learn a little bit more each time. If it takes us a long time, that's okay. I do feel like I learn and I progress. And these are not like Hollow Knight style bosses at all, obviously. Yes, I'm coming back to Hollow Knight again, I know. But this first jump is the hardest. What the hell? But there were some bosses for that game that I just felt like some of the runs I made no progress, I wasn't learning, and like these I'm usually like, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting the hang of it. Oh. Okay, no. No. No! Rude. Rude, 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 rude. Oh, that was risky. I shouldn't have done that. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Oh, okay, that's alright. I don't know, this is so tricky. I feel like I just have to hit it from the water. Is the water not... Oh, okay. I thought that the electricity didn't go away. Well, shoot, now we can do this, right? Yeah, okay. Not bad. Ta-da! Yay! Wave beam. I didn't realize that we lost the electricity in the water. I think the attempt before this, I fell in when it hadn't finished converting to a Core X yet, and it electrocuted me, and so I was like, oh, I must not be able to do this. Let's go save. This looks wild. That beam animation is intense. Thanks for the GGs! Wave beam! Yes, we did it! Noodle beam! Is no entry without authorization gone yet? It's gone. Well, yeah, it's gone at the moment. We're gonna go save. Oh, it's not! But I'm assuming we can, get through with this now. I don't like that it comes back. It like disappears just in time for the fight. Alright, I'm gonna save here while the voice is going. Thanks, Sammy. I feel like I did pretty good with that. For my normal fighting, whatever, combat, that was not bad. Manny, thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. Welcome in. Got your authorization right here. There is an item up here, I think. Can we get this now? Gotta head out. Thanks for stream. Thank you, Sniper Snake. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. We'll go probably a little bit longer. Somebody was asking earlier how long we normally stream for. 4 to 6 hours, anywhere in between there. I feel like normally about 4 to 5. Jiggly, I appreciate you like caring for the channel and everything. I know there's a lot of weird stuff going on with bots out there right now, but let the mods and me take care of that. don't mod the mods. Because if there's nobody to do that for me right now on stream, there's not a whole lot I can do. And we will, I promise you we will take care of it after stream or when there's a better time. Yeah. Gotta go. Good luck with Fusion. Thanks again for hanging out. Appreciate it. I know, it's a tough one. It's like, I feel like we didn't used to have to vet everybody, and now it's constant. Who is that? Who is that? Especially after our Wednesday stream. We had a lot of follow bot stuff going on. Hercules, how's it going? Alright, we're gonna go through here with this now. Are we immediately gonna be chased? That is the question. It explains how the channel got recommended. Oh, nice. Alien, thank you for thanking the mods. I appreciate it. Howdy. It still won't be quiet. Oh, now it's done. Nope. I spoke too soon. We're in the restricted zone. Boop, 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 boop. There's the crumble. I feel like a chase is imminent. We warned you, it never ends. Oh no. What's going on in here? I'm gonna powerbomb every room. Even during the credits? No, not during the credits. Here, this is just gonna fling us into space, and then the game's over. Oh! Fun. Okay, weird. Keep this in mind for later. Can we do that now? Is it safe to assume someone with host and 5-digit number is a follow bot? Usually. Even in your sleep? Oh no. Usually, Josh, there's also like a whole list going around with mods helping each other out and updating it and stuff. Is this a good idea? Weird. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. Metroids! That's like a lot of flashy lights. We have a flashing light warning. Especially for the red-green. Big wave of bots today. Yeah, today especially. That's the protagonist! Yeah, all the Metroid boings. Here we go. Hi. Hello, everyone. You've been helping me out so that I can use the X stuff as energy. We are the same. This is the room I don't want to powerbomb. Oh, Taw. We have a command for that, Josh. Exclamation point Metroid. It'll tell you the games I've already played. And a little bit more regarding the stream and our plans and stuff. Oh, this is wild. This is cool. This is Prime-esque. A bunch of specimens and creatures in containers. There you go. Yeah, perfect. This is suspicious over here, right? Are they all busting out of their containers now? Here, I'm gonna break you free. Just a bunch of breaking glass noises. Oh, it says we're supposed to go up. Oh, well now it locked behind me. No! Wait, no, I don't want to kill them.
80 seconds to isolation lockdown.
What? What? Oh no. I have to avoid them.
50 seconds to isolation.
What? No! Weird. Oh, I feel like I did that all wrong. Wow. All right, Adam. What's happening here? Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. I couldn't get back. All the doors were locked. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. Now you're threatening me? That doesn't sound like disciplinary action. That sounds like... As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand.
Yes.
Peaceful applications. But perhaps you already knew of this program's existence? You know what I am gonna do? Sorry, yeah, this is really sketchy. Okay, I'm gonna do this for now and see where that lands us. Certainly you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1. So, SRX, a faithful replica of SR-388 ecosystem, ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating an Omega from a larval Metroid in days. That is sus, yeah. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy. And one of the SAX is on its way here. One? Are you saying there's more than one SAX? Don't be so surprised, Samus. Yeah, I'm surprised. You know that the X reproduced by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are no fewer than 10? What? That's so many. Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the SAX will destroy you. Okay, yeah, maybe, like, we could have puzzled together that they asexually reproduce, whatever, sure. I don't know that, like, that's Samus's strong point. She just kind of fights and runs around. It's wonderful, but she doesn't do a whole lot of, let me stop and think about biologic science of Metroid reproduction. Or, sorry, X-Parasite reproduction. The computer knew that there were 10! You could have just told us this whole time! Why the heck are we not dead yet? Spoilers for the first 3 games, not for this game. Yeah, it's okay, Josh. Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how headquarters is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. I don't trust you. I don't trust headquarters. I don't trust anybody. Fling us back out into space. This is too much. We'll land somewhere. Why do they keep... What is up with these? Can you sprint through nav rooms? Short charge is back? No, this game came before. Well, I don't know. Don't answer any of that. This is what makes Dread so exciting. There's a lot happening. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. Interesting. We're trying to not talk about the trailer. I know some people have seen it, some people haven't. I don't want to know anything about it, and we're trying not to talk about Dread for the people who don't want like any information at all about it or any spoilers. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for the posture check. Can't figure out how gelatinous parasite reproduces, but instantly accepts downloading data to become physical missiles. Yeah, Samus really accepts pretty much anything. Oh, our familiar clicks and boops and beeps and map room noises. Just do what I'm doing and playing it early. Oh my gosh. What you're saying, Samus has been shooting X-Parasites at X-Parasites so she can get more X-Parasites. Yes, we heard you liked X-Parasites. I don't know why we decided to do that. Energy is good. We like energy. Oh, I remember you. Oh god. Okay, hang on. We just have to do this the not diffuser way. Download the suit, yeah. Watch the trailer but not gonna say anything, yeah. A lot of story in Metroid 2 that not necessarily tied in with the game, important to understand. I think it's okay, Sammy. I mean, I don't know. I think it's okay to play them in a different order. And I also, like, I think I am gonna play Metroid 2, so let's try not to talk too much about what it does or does not include. There's always gonna be people that watch like prequels before sequels and all that, so it's cool. I'm not like a purist, only play Metroids in one order and that's the only way. I've seen you before. I remember those weird goo things. People played it backwards, still enjoyed, yeah. Yep. M2 playthroughs are legit interesting to watch. We're gonna maybe try to sneak that one in before Dread. It depends. I keep saying it depends all day today. I'm curious where this connects back to. Otherwise, I think we might get ready to end for the day. I'm not super keen on, like, immediately starting into another big thing. Yeah, this is just gonna take us back to Sector 1. Okay. Oh, hello. You were not in Sector 1 before. Well, is this a part of Sector 1 we haven't been to? Oh, it might not connect at all. We haven't been to this part. So you play Fusion before Other M. Oh, as far as plot, order, and things. So I don't think this is gonna connect back through. Ooh, there's another door though. Oh, we should have dispersed. Oh well. Does this connect back through? Weird. Okay. Alright. They just dropped a lot of information on us. I think that's where we're gonna end it for today. Those were some good fights, some good story progression, some good items. I don't know what's coming up right now, and I think it'll be fun to save it for Monday, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Thank you so much for being here. Good stream. Lots of hype.